What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Omega? Is it James Bond coolly checking his Seamaster before a daring stunt? Or is it the image of an astronaut stepping onto the lunar surface with a Speedmaster strapped to his wrist? For over 175 years, Omega has been more than just a watch brand. It's been a symbol of precision, adventure, and timeless style. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of Omega, from its humble beginnings to its status as a global icon. So, grab your favorite timepiece, get comfortable, and let's explore the legacy of Omega. Our story begins in 1848, not in a grand factory, but in a small workshop in La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland. A young man named Louis Brandt, just 23 years old, started assembling key-wound precision pocket watches from parts supplied by local craftsmen. He would travel across Europe selling his watches, building a reputation for quality. After his death, his two sons, Louis Paul and Caesar, took over. They were ambitious and saw the future in industrial production. In 1880, they moved the company to a new factory in Bienne, where it remains to this day. This move was crucial, as it allowed them to control the entire manufacturing process from start to finish. The real game changer came in 1894. The Brandt brothers introduced a revolutionary new movement, the 19-line caliber. It was a masterpiece of industrial engineering, with interchangeable parts that made it incredibly accurate and easy to repair. It was so successful, so near perfect, that they named it Omega, after the last letter of the Greek alphabet, symbolizing the ultimate achievement. The name stuck, and in 1903, the company officially became Omega Watch Co. This single innovation set the stage for a century of horological dominance. Omega wasn't just making watches anymore, they were setting the standard for the entire industry with a reputation for unmatched precision. Omega naturally became the go-to timekeeper for events where every fraction of a second mattered. In the early 20th century, they were timing everything from balloon races to car rallies. But the biggest stage of all came in 1932 when Omega became the official timekeeper of the Olympic Games in Los Angeles. It was the first time in Olympic history that a single company was entrusted with timing all events. This partnership has endured for over 90 years, a testament to Omega's unwavering accuracy. From mechanical stopwatches to the quantum timers and photo finish cameras of today. Omega's technology has evolved alongside the athletes, capturing record-breaking moments with absolute precision. But Omega's quest for precision wasn't just confined to the sports field. It reached for the stars. In the 1960s, NASA began searching for a watch that could withstand the extreme conditions of space travel. They anonymously purchased chronographs from several top brands and subjected them to a battery of brutal tests, extreme temperatures, violent vibrations, intense impacts, and the vacuum of space. Only one watch passed, the Omega Speedmaster. In 1965, it was declared flight qualified for all manned space missions. A few years later, on July 21, 1969, as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took humanity's first steps on the moon, the Speedmaster was there, strapped to Aldrin's spacesuit. It became the first watch worn on the moon, earning its legendary nickname, the Moon Watch. This celestial achievement cemented the Speedmaster's place in history. But it wasn't just a one-time thing. The Speedmaster played a critical role during the near-disastrous Apollo 13 mission in 1970. After an explosion crippled their spacecraft, the astronauts had to power down all non-essential electronics. To time the crucial 14-second engine burn needed for a safe re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, they relied on their Omega Speedmasters. It worked perfectly. For its life-saving role, Omega was awarded NASA's prestigious Silver Snoopy Award, the highest honor given by astronauts. The Speedmaster wasn't just a tool, it was a lifeline. Beyond the Speedmaster, Omega's portfolio is filled with iconic models. Let's talk about the Seamaster, introduced in 1948 to celebrate the brand's 100th anniversary. It was based on the waterproof watches Omega had supplied to the British military during World War II. It was tough, reliable, and stylish. But the Seamaster's biggest splash came in 1995, when it appeared on the wrist of a new James Bond, played by Pierce Brosnan in the film GoldenEye. The costume designer felt that Commander Bond, a naval man and a discreet gentleman, would wear the Seamaster Professional Diver 300M. It was a perfect fit. Since then, the Seamaster has been Seven's watch of choice, becoming as integral to the character as his Aston Martin or his Martini. Then there's the Constellation collection, famous for its pipe-hand dials in the 50s and 60s, and later for the iconic glyphs or claws on the bezel. Introduced in 1982, the Constellation has always been synonymous with luxury and precision, often housing Omega's most accurate chronometer certified movements. And we can't forget the DeVille collection. Originally part of the Speedmaster line, it became its own elegant dress watch collection in 1967. Showcasing Omega's classic design and sophisticated watchmaking, each of these collections tells a different part of the Omega story, catering to divers, pilots, gentlemen, and adventurers alike. Omega has never been a company to rest on its laurels. Innovation is in its DNA. One of the most significant breakthroughs in modern watchmaking came from Omega in 1999, the Co-Axial escapement. Invented by the legendary English watchmaker George Daniels, the Co-Axial escapement was a radical new design that dramatically reduced friction within the watch movement. Less friction means less need for lubrication, longer service intervals, and most importantly, greater long-term accuracy. Omega was the first brand to successfully industrialize this complex invention, and today, almost all of their mechanical watches feature this superior technology. And they didn't stop there. In 2013, Omega created the world's first truly anti-magnetic movement, capable of resisting magnetic fields greater than 15,000 gauss. Why is this important? We're surrounded by magnets in our daily lives, in our phones, laptops, and speakers, and they can wreak havoc on a mechanical watch's accuracy. While other brands protected their movements with a soft iron inner case, Omega tackled the problem at its source, building the movement itself from non-ferrous materials. This commitment to solving real-world problems led to the creation of the Master Chronometer certification. To earn this title, a watch must first pass the rigorous COSC chronometer tests and then undergo an additional 8 tests set by the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, or METAS, including the 15,000 Gauss magnetic resistance test. It's one of the highest standards of quality and performance in the entire Swiss watch industry. Omega's influence extends far beyond the technical world of watchmaking. It's deeply woven into the fabric of popular culture. We've already mentioned James Bond, but Omega's list of ambassadors is a who's who of global achievers. From Hollywood stars like George Clooney and Nicole Kidman to Olympic swimming legend Michael Phelps and supermodel Cindy Crawford. These individuals represent the excellence, style, and spirit of the brand. When you see an Omega on the wrist of someone you admire, it creates a powerful connection. It's not just about telling time, it's about aspiration, success, and being part of a legacy. The brand has masterfully positioned itself as a symbol of achievement, whether you're breaking records in a pool, walking a red carpet, or exploring the final frontier. So, what makes Omega so special? It's a rare combination of things. It's the rich history filled with groundbreaking moments. It's the technical prowess from the first Omega caliber to the latest master chronometer movements. It's the iconic designs, like the Speedmaster and the Seamaster, which have remained timeless for decades. And it's the cultural resonance, the connection to exploration, sport, and cinema that elevates it from a mere product to a cultural artifact. Owning an Omega is like owning a piece of history. Whether it's a vintage piece passed down through generations or a brand new model fresh from the boutique, it carries with it stories of human achievement. In a world of smartwatches and fleeting trends, Omega stands for something enduring. It represents the pinnacle of mechanical craftsmanship, a tradition that has been perfected over nearly 2 centuries. It's a brand that has been to the deepest oceans and the surface of the moon. It's been on the wrists of spies and sports heroes. It's a reminder that even in our fast-paced digital age, there is still immense value in precision, heritage, and timeless style. The story of Omega is far from over. With its relentless drive for innovation and its deep respect for its own legacy, Omega will undoubtedly continue to set the standard for generations to come. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the amazing world of Omega. What's your favorite Omega watch? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of horology. See you next time.